If scrolling was good for you, then the people who scroll the most should have the best lives. However, we observe the exact opposite. The people who scroll the most tend to have the shittiest physiques, the shittiest social skills, the shittiest mental health, the shittiest physical health, the shittiest financial situation. Just everything gets shit if you scroll. The more you scroll, the worse it gets. So it cannot be the case that scrolling is good for you or relaxing for that matter. We're going to talk about relaxation today. Because a lot of people believe that, scrolling may not be that good for you, but it is at least relaxing. And you'd be surprised to see just how many people believe this. And I mean, they truly believe it. They preach it and they live it. But the problem is that that's not true. And it doesn't even take a genius to understand this. You can try this yourself. On one day, you work and you take a nap when you're exhausted, and then you continue working, and then you take another nap when you're exhausted, and so on, so on, so on. And on the other day, you work a little bit, then you scroll a little bit, then you work a little bit, then you scroll a little bit. And once again, it takes no genius to understand that the first way is better. But why is it better? Well, if you scroll, not only does your brain have less rest to process the things that you've worked on and to get rid of the exhaustion, but you also give it extra work trying to process all of the input that you've exposed it to while scrolling. So you have less recovery and more effort. And so what happens is that if you scroll in between the work sessions, that just everything becomes hard and shit. You have to fight to stay focused. You have to fight not to grab your phone and start scrolling again. You have to fight not to work slower because your brain is exhausted. And you have to fight not to start daydreaming because, once again, your brain is exhausted. And everything becomes a struggle. But not only does everything become a struggle, it's also a pointless struggle because you get far less done than if you just didn't struggle and everything went effortless, simply because you don't have to think about all of these temptations. And so you waste a lot of time, it feels incredibly difficult, and also you get significantly less done than you would otherwise. And the opposite is also true. If you just take a nap in between the work sessions, then you don't have to struggle as much to stay focused when you are working. You also, because you are focused, get things done quicker, and as a result, you have more time to do other things. Over time, that accumulates, and so you then have more time to go on that trip or to meet here and there spontaneously. So you are more rested, even more rested. And then you are even more creative and inspired because you are very good, well rested, and just everything gets better. And I don't want this to sound incredibly offensive, but imagine not wanting that, not wanting the productivity, not wanting the effortlessness, not wanting the extra time, not wanting the extra inspiration, simply because you can't resist scrolling for a few minutes. Once again, I don't want this to be extremely offensive, but I do believe that if you cannot delay gratifications and have to scroll every break, then there is something genuinely wrong with you. What sane person would pick suffering during the work, not getting much done, and also feeling shit while doing so, over just not taking your phone, staying focused, getting things done quicker, and then living your life? What sane person would choose that? I don't understand. But I've also been there. I also understand that, you know, there's just the phone and you when you get into this phase, when you get these temptations, when you get these thoughts. I understand that. But the thing is, not taking your phone is like awkward for the first week, and then it becomes effortless. As a matter of fact, when you then get used to it, you will start to wonder why the hell you didn't do it earlier. And so I want you to please understand, please get rid of your phone. When it is time to work, you work. And when it is time to rest, you rest. You don't scroll, you don't watch porn, you don't watch anime, you don't gamble, you don't play video games, you just rest. If resting is too boring for you, there is like a million other things that you can do. You can meditate, you can pray, you can eat, you can do some exercise, you can go outside, you can open your window and look at the birds, look at the clouds. There is so many beautiful things that you can do. If you don't want these things, you can also do something else. Like you can call someone, you can clean your apartment, you can cook something, you can pursue your hobby for a few minutes. Like you can play an instrument, you can record a video. There are so many beautiful things that you can do. But no, you of course choose the phone, you choose scrolling. And not only that, so either you scroll and then you suffer while working, you work longer, it takes a lot of willpower, or you don't take your phone, you instead just rest, or you meditate, or you pray, or you do all these beautiful things, and you get more focused as a result. You work less as a result because you are more focused. Then you have more time for other things. So the trade is just obvious, you know? But some people still choose their phone, and it's unbelievable. And so I hope that you are not the person who chooses their phone. I hope that you will change, or if you have already changed but kind of slipped back, I hope that this video is a reminder for you to get better, for you to not choose your phone, but to choose the sublime and beautiful, to choose the things that make you better and not the phone that basically makes all your life go downhill. I hope that I motivated you to push and to resist and to fight against those temptations. And so, we'll see you in the next one.